All right, everyone. Today's game day, indoor soccer. I love it. Come and join me over here, Liza. So, a few things to just talk about here to start with, and then we'll get into just some practical kind of like demonstrations. Is first of all, the number one thing about indoor soccer over the winter is
it's fun. Like,
having fun. We didn't practice this.
Soccer.
We did not practice this.
No.
So, having fun. That's the number one tip. The second tip I'd say is that if you've got skills that you're working on, all right, for outdoor soccer, or you just want to work on, whether it be different types of like moves that you want to do as you're shooting, or refine your shooting, or passing, or different type of ball skill to beat a player, indoor soccer, like this is the place to do it. There's no pressure. We're not here to, as our main priority is not to win. It's to have fun and work on your game. All right?
Completely right.
The biggest thing, what do you think the biggest difference is about indoor soccer?
There's a really small space and there's no outs. You can use the ball to pass and dribble, and the goal is much smaller, fake grass.
All right, so let's cover a few of those things. So, since you've got a wall and you called it out, you can pass it with the wall. So if there's a player between you and the player you want to pass it to, but there's a wall in between, you can pass it by kicking it up against the wall and passing it to your teammate. All right. The thing that let's
Our dog bag.
We'll use that as a goal here in a minute, I think. All right. The other thing here is I've written a few things down. Is when you're shooting at goal. Do you know what's above the goal?
Oh, it's a net. It's not a wall, so it won't rebound. It will go softly in front of the goalie so the goalie can catch it. You will not be able to score by that if you kick it over the goal.
Okay, so if you're going to put a big shot on goal,
it's better to miss it on the sides than on top.
Yeah, that's brilliant. You want to miss on the sides on top so that you get the rebound and then you have another shot. Okay? And you want to actually always aim for those corners, and this is the best reason on why here in indoor soccer. It's okay if you miss because you get another go at it with a rebound. All right, don't kick it straight at the goalie. Don't kick it above the goal. So head over the ball as you're shooting at that goal. All right, it's a fast game, and we've got a lot of subs, so don't conserve energy. We want you to be working hard, and then I'm going to send you another video of what I want you to be working on throughout the game. We're going to have positions, but I also want you to be always thinking about having a triangle or a diamond where as you pass, you're running. All right? It's like, I'm going to keep saying, pass and move. Pass and move. Okay? So you create space. You pass, create space. Where's the space? And don't just stand still. I want you to be on the balls of your feet, and creating space for that next pass. And
you also want to be on your toes.
Yep.
Always. You never want to be flat-footed on the ground.
Never be flat-footed.
And never just watching the ball. Mm-hmm. Because it's much faster in soccer. The game is much faster.
Yep. What else? When you pass it, it's very hard, as everyone knows, to receive a pass if it's not rolling on the ground. So you always want to try your best to pass the ball and make sure it's rolling rather than pass and bouncing. Okay, because you haven't got a lot of time. Sasha agrees with you. Okay. There's a rule in indoor soccer around penalties. So when there's a penalty, you don't have to wait for the referee to blow you to kind of take the actual penalty. So as soon as there's a penalty, you can run to the penalty spot, put the ball down, and kick it. Okay, and so if it's close to their goal, you can do that. You can quickly put the ball down. Don't wait for the play. If you feel like there's a good opportunity, put it down and start playing. All right. On the other side of the fence is if you're a defender and it's a penalty against us, in outdoor soccer you have to go 10 feet back. In indoor soccer, I think it's 3 feet.
Yeah, it's really small field. So
yeah,
it's definitely less than
10. And so the first thing you should do if it's a penalty against us is someone go run 3 feet right up against the ball and then let the referee tell you to move back. Okay? Don't wait. If you're closest to the ball where the penalty was, be the first person there and make sure that they don't have an easy kind of like kick down field.
But don't be scared to hit the ball. You can have your arms up though when they kick it.
All right. I think they're the big ones that I wanted to talk through here. And then, okay, so the last thing is like we have a goalie. Our goalie, what I don't want you to do is just kick the ball down the field to no one. All right, I actually would rather you roll the ball. You can kick it, drop kick it, but you can make sure it's to one of our players and not just down the field. Okay.
And it should be, if you're not the goalie, try to call for the ball. Try to make space.
Yeah, make space. You don't just call for it if there's a defender near you. You want to kind of like move to and say, hey, like pass it to me in this space over here and running to that space.
Like, that player's open. You pass it to that player.
Yeah. And if you're a goalie, you're also an active defender. And so when we talk about triangles, if our defender needs someone to pass to and they don't have it, they can pass it back to you. Obviously, you can't pick it up then, but make sure that you are an active player on the field and not just there for goals. All right. The last thing that I want to give you a bit of a tip. It's a little bit of a trick in indoor soccer that not many people know about. It's if you're in the corner and we're trying to score a goal and you kind of find yourself in the corner or on the edge of play, rather than trying to score a goal from there, which is very difficult, it almost never comes off, unless you see there's a little gap there, one of the things that you can do is shoot, purposely miss, but shoot on the side of the wall, because we should always have an attacker in front of the goal.
So say my dad's the goal.
So let's see, Sasha's on our goal now.
Well, Scoot.
So
say this part of the couch is the goal.
all right.
You're
in the corner there.
Purposely, I'm blocked in the corner. There's defenders.
Yep.
Purposely miss it. I hit it right by the
And
goal.
I'm going to be standing in the middle. Let me duck down here. I'm going to be standing in the middle, and then I've got an easy shot to kind of, now I've got the full goal to shoot at, whereas Eliza was struggling there, in the corner. All right, and so there are two options for Eliza there. One is to actually pass straight back to me.
Yeah.
The second is to purposely miss on the side there and to create the rebound. The third is if she sees a little gap there, just to nudge it through and try and get a sneaky goal.
Also, sometimes you can pass time to the defenders, but that would be all the way going back down all the way to the field. So it's really your decision.
All right. So there's we said a lot, and we're going to be working on these things. All right. And the big things I want to take away. What's your couple of takeaways? Biggest thing to think about.
Using the wall.
Using the wall.
And I think creating space is a big thing.
Creating space, and and I'm going to keep saying, all right, pass and move. Don't just pass and stand still. You want to pass and then create space. All right.
And having a really good shot and passing for them to shoot.
And when
having a really good setup and the diamond and the triangle.
Diamond and the triangle, and when you shoot, where should you aim your shots?
Corners.
On the corners, and not where? What are the two places you shouldn't
shoot? Goalie and above the goal, because you can't get a rebound from that.
That's right. And then don't conserve energy.
Yeah.
And pass on the ground. Make it a rolling pass versus a bouncing pass. All right. We've got probably about 10 things here that we'll continue to say. Biggest thing is to have fun. And the second biggest thing is to work on your own skills. Understand what are the things that you want to work on. What are the things that you've kind of like been playing with in outdoor soccer that sometimes it's hard to develop. This is a great time to just work on it, develop it, and have fun. All right, let's do this.
Got this.
Suey? Is there a Suey or somewhere? No Suey?
Yeah, I got this.
Oh, here we go.
See.